It's still 8 February. You know, we live in special times. You can only go through this once. Gonna do a lot of things in the future that I can't imagine yet. But this is a form of a liftoff and a pre-handoff of a handoff, because to my knowledge, because I don't have any first-hand testimony to say, with all my heart and all my intuition, I am shaking the hand and hugging the body of Yeshua ben Joseph. That has not occurred for me yet, although I've been very well introduced, as many have who are like him, and that they have love in their heart, because he showed us that, and his dissipation of that is such that we can replicate it, because he did it. So he kind of gets the credit for the beat that he was born to show us as an equal, because we're God. And because he's not returned yet, I solemnly say, on behalf of all that might be solemnly said, Donald Trump is still with us, and he has taken the liberty of inserting himself on YouTube as, hey, it's Tuesday, YouTube, I get to talk. So, for those of you who participate in the YouTube Roku world, you know when Donald Trump is supposed to be talking, and his talking heads are talking when he's not talking. Ashtar talks for Trump. Everybody's like Trump. So, because my brother's not here to comment in a colorful way, factually based, with love in my heart, and being given the sacred honor and privilege of bridging this gap in time. Donald's on pause. He was speaking to the folks in Texas, so we're going to get to watch that, and I'm going to take the chance to illuminate everybody about what's happening. So just to get ahead of it, so I can get 2 comments in, just come on with me here. Come on. Like my dad used to say, hey Dad, where are we going? Crazy, you want to come? Okay, let's be crazy, alright? So you're Donald Trump, and this is a political political push now that's going out on YouTube. So it's got the Trump entertainment. Boom! I'm speaking now. It's my event. I lined up the audience that's sitting behind me, properly segregated, with bold writing. Yeah, just to make sure it doesn't say humans for Trump. It says blacks for Trump. Not black Americans for Trump, it's blacks for Trump. So, you might pick up on that. It's a subtlety. I haven't even begun the disposition yet. We're going to get a load of his disposition. Spoken a little bit about the composition. There's a couple of disgruntled sodomites on the, what would be over his right shoulder. But the point I want to make to kick things off, so we can get 15 seconds into this, is that he's in control of this event, and yet he's going to criticize the media, saying, boy, I wish you'd turn the cameras around but you won't. Now, he's in charge of this, and if you were a cameraman who's there knowing that, hey, this is a Trump thing, and I'm sitting here and I'm getting paid, what am I being directed by who? Hey, whatever happens, when he says don't turn that camera around, you don't turn it around. I wonder who's telling the cameraman that at the Trump event that they've seated everybody for. But we need to make sure that we believe. So I'm just pre-coaching you now to get ahead now of something you may not have quite thought about concerning your participation in the audience. Knowing the way people would normally behave given the obviousness of a Trump event, politically sponsored, everything with a beating heart in that place should be jumping for that man as he expects. But for some reason, all the media, if he wishes to push the one out on YouTube that would show the point, it would be the one rogue camera that whipped around and and then he would go, yeah, you see, like Jimmy did, the one guy that I had in my political thing. There ain't no Jimmy at this thing. And that's before he gets to important stuff for Texas. Thou shalt not kill guns, and let's not do Tesla oil. So those were the two things. But let's be entertained by a personality that wants to get even, only 10 times worse. And if you don't, if you think that that's my opinion of what he said, I can go find the alt content provider that shows him as the narrator in a public room with Miss Universe getting a Trump bath of bullshit. So anyway, let me pivot around. Okay, so we're still running good. Let's watch him. Here we go, Donnie boy. All right, here we go. This is the beginning now. Just understand you can give a title to this man, and I think that because I'm representing Yeshua ben Joseph, who would not self-identify, who do you think I am? So who do you think he is? Take a very careful look. And remember what I just said about his control, his true control of the media.
We turn those cameras around. They go back. Football fields back. Thank you. I wish they'd turn. Look at all the media. Look at all the fake news we have.
Look.
Fake news.
There you go. So, see that?
Nah, they ought to turn those cameras
see?
back just one time. You know, they
look.
don't do that. They don't want to show the kind of crap.
Did you hear? Look at. Now, I just told you something.
Angry and our country wants to be respected again. Hello, Texas. It's great to be back.
He wants to be respected. Okay, let's slow up. Let's slow up for him. Why does he feel that he's not? I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He's talking about us not being respected. Well, yeah. Something to be said for that. Somebody swept up the DNC to put knucklehead Biden to go do his thing at the Fabian meeting that you and Epstein were at. That club of clubs. It's just a club. You shook hands with Kim from North Korea, so we're clubbing. We're out clubbing. And that being said, he's not a gang, he's a club. So we need a wall to keep the humans out for the trafficking, of course. But we forget about that there's humans that don't need to be in the containers. He kind of forgets about that. He's alleged to have unleashed the people that are dying to help him, so he can supposedly take credit for it. You know, that's the little gray zone of I'm a reptile, so I'll do presidential directives and good things will happen and people will be cheering for me. Because we don't want, we honestly don't want that to happen. You can come away thinking that this man gives a, a, um, a McRib about that. So, I'll just pause so I can get my phone organized properly. Okay, so before I get this going again, I just want to point out that, this doesn't say black Americans for Trump. Basically, black and white. That's kind of Soros. Here's how we fit for Antifa purposes. Y'all know we don't get no more colorful than that. Blacks for Trump 2020. And here's a few more African Americans. My brothers, somebody ought to just come up there and Al Sharpton him out. Now, there's a handoff going on there. Now, I'm not going to overanalyze that. So, Trump is discussing things for the audience that are important. So, let's listen to him.
State with thousands of proud American patriots who believe in family and freedom, God and country, and by the way, oil and guns.
Okay. Oil and guns. Now you're gnarling at the meat right there. It's just meat. It's meat. It's more of the same. So I'm an ascended master criticizing
Unlike the Democrats.
this.
9 months from now, the people of this state are going to send a thundering message to the radical left Democrats in Washington, D.C. You're going to tell them don't mess with Texas because Texas is never, ever turning blue.
He kind of likes that part.
Unless they rig the election like they've been doing in numerous other states. And Governor, the governor's here, your great governor's here. Don't let him do it, Governor. We had a great big victory in the state of Texas. Just be careful with these people, they're treacherous. We're here tonight for a simple reason, because together we have to save America. There's never been a time like this. There's never been a time.
Warp speed. There's never been a time like Event 201. There's never been a time like shooting your arms up. There's never been a time when my son-in-law is about to come schlepping in and very politely tell you to line up. That's not going to happen. He's not worried. Look at that guy. He's not anything. But I was going to make another comment about his stuff that he's got going on. I can't get enough of him. I can't get enough of this man just wanting to keep you in third density awareness. Very, very emotionally, all you can do is try and pick up tidbits of what's coming by reading between his script.
1 year is a travesty of the highest order. Inflation is skyrocketing, gas prices are soaring, supply chains are crumbling. Can you believe what's happening? You can't get anything. The shelves are empty.
See, this is stuff that started before he hates China, right? He hates China. So part of the reason why we have all the gluts and everything else, he's on top of all this. I mean, look at the guy's face right now. I caught him at a good moment. He knows he's full of crap. He's almost telling you right there. Oh, I'm so... Look, he shook Kim's hand. He's on his way out because he talks about these ethereal things that we buy into. inflation and depression and the Democrats. We oppose. We just oppose. We have thumbs. So it's at that fundamental level of where he wants you to go. But he's not only here. He's not only here to, more of the same. This man's the destroyer. He's been projected on the scene so we could do the golden age. So put it in perspective. We're in the second half of the tribulation, which began in 2017 on 23 September when Jupiter exited Virgo.
I did a book. They can't publish it anymore. They can't get the paper, the glue, the ink. Go out and buy it. You'll like it. Murders are surging. Illegal aliens are pouring in by the millions and millions. China is threatening Taiwan. Iran is on the cusp of a nuclear bomb. Russia may take over Ukraine.
Oh,
Do you hear that crowd back there? Can you believe it?
look, I mean, look, Donnie, come on.
I was just informed by a wonderful local politician. This is the biggest crowd of its kind in the history of Texas. Look at it.
Look, nobody spins around. Why is he starving you? Why is he starving you? Well, you just have to believe him, because then you just have to take his word for it. So, I don't know what to tell you about the guys. If you were back there, wouldn't you be pointing at them and they'd be pointing back? There's just an extra level of stunt that's involved with this performance. These guys are like I don't know, it's hard to say what the hell's going on here with these guys. Maybe they're just so damn excited to be here that they've been hypnotized. I don't know. But I'm not done with this. In March of 2021, we hit the halfway point of the tribulation. And there's a woman, as a part of Revelation 12, who I don't want to misquote the exactness of it, but she was kind of held in seclusion and in a protective sort of mode. And the only woman that I know of who fits that, to be uniform with what's happening is a Pleiadian starseed that was emotionally disturbed by the notion that he was coming and that Astro was going to be supporting it because it's fun to do, and it was him. She deduced that it was him, and she got the profile. So understand this guy's an ascended master. So if you don't think he's not sitting at home in between TV commercials, spinning stuff in his head, you got another thing coming. He's got a network of. He's got a network of. You better be doing it with him because they got to be bringing it, otherwise you're not getting none. So that's the whole dark side. Those are the generals that are all over the world, starved out for money. They're as bankrupt. Literally, they have to turn and face their men and explain why they're not getting paid and whatever's going on. It's close to gulag there, unless they're growing their own stuff and they're getting by like we would if we had no food. But in terms of a system that's providing abundance from a government, it's not happening. You heard him about when you go into your local Walmart, you're lucky if it's still looking good. But you see the parse sections of, come on, why aren't they planning properly? Why? And there's a combination of issues. If you got a poor manager that doesn't know that on a snow day you need shovels, extra shovels, because it snows sometimes and you didn't order twice, that's one thing. But it seems like there's a part of the supply system that is starting to show way, shape, and form even if you're not watching TV, you get in the heart of the protest, that they can light up if they want to turn military assets on and make people sorry for protesting. That's a potential. And it's not funny at all. The thought of, all right, this might be for the sake of going down. Please don't do this. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope it does not happen. But imagine, only because I can do it. So if you're in the audience when this occurs, the last thing you can think is, Billy, I got you. You got me. Because you're going to get it. They're going to do a flyby. They'll do a flyby. Oh, please. Because you got both the baseball stadium. You got the baseball stadium, Yankee Stadium, adjoins Raymond James. Okay? Oh, there's a whole complex. There's a whole complex you can take down in Tampa. And that is a 4-second, that's a 2-second, that's a full 2-second count from the rest of the deluge in the stadium, because you want to do a direct hit on that hockey arena. The hockey arena is going to go down. So Phil, big man, I'm going to make sure the right people see this. Big guy. You better get your statue. You better get it, because it's not funny. He's not laughing. Jaco's got some wind cooking.
And the fake news will say a smattering of people showed up.
This is my best video ever.
30 miles long. The cars are still coming, so
30.
I want to thank everybody.
Oh, God, the cars are still coming for him. 30 must be a big number.
Time tonight, aren't we?
Must be Epstein's house.
Just where would you rather be on a Saturday night than a Trump rally in Texas? See, now Biden would say, where there, he'd say, where would you rather be on a Thursday night in the state of Oklahoma? No, this is Texas. He'd say, this is Texas. Well, we love you too. We love you too.
So these are supposedly cops.
And we all got screwed together, but you know what? We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. North Korea is testing at a level like never before. The way they withdrew from Afghanistan was catastrophic and image-changing for the United States of America. Image-changing. That did so much to hurt our country. That was a moment that was
they really look happy, don't they?
Horrible.
They're happy Americans.
And Joe Biden's weakness
They're excited to be a part of the Trump vibe. Don't you agree?
Look at what's going on.
I mean, this is the vibe. Look at them. They are excited and happy from a human love of even the country. Like they're going to a picnic.
Lunatics the hell out of power and elect strong, smart, tough Republicans who restore
yeah, what he said.
your borders, protect your
Shake my head.
safety, defend your jobs.
Jobs. He said jobs.
America first.
Of course. Step on them shithole countries.
With Biden and the radical left, it's always America last, and that's what they do. You look at these horrible deals they make.
Oh, like the China deal. Oh, we need to pause. We'll pause.
Everyone in Washington.
No, you're getting it, Donnie. You're getting it, Mafia man. Look. Shall we study the date? Go 10 October 2019. 1 plus 9 is 10. So in Illuminati E's, because we all do reverence to numbers, and you only do 10, 10, 10 once, the Rothschilds planned for it with a flip to China. That was the China flip day, and it came 3 ways, ladies and gentlemen, of the magic camp of the Illuminati. 3 ways. Three things occurred on 10/10. William says Event 201 was concluding, which was a pandemic command post exercise executed in New York City by Johns Hopkins University, inventor of Wi-Fi power projection in many flavors, as well as media control in a unified residence of the count of the numbers, so that all the networks were synchronized to a point where you were getting the pulse, the desired vibrational pulse of the numerics in a synchronized way. Johns Hopkins University ran that on behalf of Bill Gates to make sure that all was worked out. You know, they've got a lot of advanced tools there. They use a system, and when this is all over, you know, I don't plan on there will not be, please guys, there's not going to be any trials and no Nuremberg, nothing when this is all over. Whoever is deceased will be discerned in an angelic rule of, you go to at least that density of planetary involvement in another story that's out there. How hard can it be to write something in a rotation of this somewhere else? They all put on other clothes, change your names a little bit, and Source builds a scenario that allowed them to make a bunch of decisions for a period of time until they're ready to come back home to our Creator, who adores us all because we're human. We are the first born in our body vessels. We dream, and we know we dream. That's a huge, huge, huge difference right there. Just that mere fact, and that's still just third density awareness. And when you hit 4D, it's due to your heart. So you have to, once you know that much, the vibration is of 432. It should just be pleasant and not disconcerting and distorting, negative and oppressive and angry and gloating and arrogant and egoic and wanting to get even, only 10 times worse. And this man's son-in-law runs FEMA, and his name is on the Abraham Accord, and Abraham came from with a sledgehammer, and that sledgehammer was called Noahide law. And you bet it's Talmudic. When you want to get them on the headgear and you want to slam it, that's how you do it, so that everybody goes, ah, we did it. Because they've been doing it a long time, to a point where it's morbid. You know, it's morbidity. They just deal with it that way. So this man signed the documentation to bring all the players together for a false peace with Gaza. And they're supposed to get $50 million to rehab Gaza. And the innocent person like me, who always, I'm going to judge myself as being, you think that I'm so wise as a serpent and innocent as a dove? I tried. Because when I got ahead of, oh, here comes the false peace, we knew it was coming. Everybody knows something's coming. If you're witting and you're in it and you're just all over the map, but this is your period of time to be paying attention, you know that Jared Kushner was the chief orchestrator of the peace initiative for prosperity for Gaza. Those were the words that were used. And I watched some of the planning, not a lot, but I did note a very convention-like, conference-like, informal, hey, we're making progress on our plan. That it was including Muslim, players. The whole issue was, hey, we're going to try and do this in a unified way. Because we want to finally try and present prosperity for there. And so Williams going, hey, okay, we know it's BS, but hey, whatever, it's money. Of course, it's Trump, so it's money. They're not going to go in there with a leper healing contingent, because this is like, not only it's the government, you're looking at Julius Caesar, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting a twofer. And I'll explain. Please allow me to explain, because I can do it. The right side of this guy's head is Julius Caesar. Oh, you're so blessed to get this. Here's Donald Trump over here. The left side is his personality. So Julius, a little shorter, a little fatter, he's got to do some different stuff over here. This side of the head, with the robe and the toga and the, how far are you, what? You expect me to go somewhere? Donald. They spoke Roman back then. He probably speaks a little something. The man's very educated. He watches a lot of TV. Lots of it. So he may not know what the hell was going on. Coming to think of it, what in the hell's he meditating about to even get up and go to the bathroom? I am just distracted by all this. Now, I'm obsessing over him in a humorous way. Trump 24. Well, you gotta freeze frame these numbers. He thinks he's coming back. You think he's gonna wait? He's in the swing box right now. Netanyahu, as of last December, last known sighting, they were lining up the Accord commissioning ceremony on track as unelected. I mean, Trump's Kushner he's a dotted line with the FEMA proximity, but in terms of him representing $50 million and a bunch of documents, he's got no governmental current administration authority to function that way. So he's sort of a non-state actor, but really it's all vaporware anyway. And when they sold the Trump coins, for some damn reason, you had to do the conversion to shekels. It's always about the shekels for the Third Temple guys. Because in Coney Island, they talk about the shekels for the McRib and the homeless people who participate in being served. But in this situation, he's yelling at his audience in Texas. So we'll listen to him a little bit more. Why not?
Ukraine's border, but the most important border in the world right now for us is not Ukraine's border, it's America's border, and we do nothing about it but let people come in and we have no idea who they are. The first duty of the American president is to defend the American border.
Before our leaders talk about... Guys, you just need to understand, if you are listening to me, I want to be real serious. This is not funny. Countries as we know them and the lines that go with governments, you're gone. If you wish that, you're going to die. Because that's not where we're going. The transformation is going to be so deep that it is going to... The ones that are going to be left here after 90 years will be there. in terms of the true liftoff with new pilots coming in to occupy, be children. That'll still happen. That'll still occur after 90 years. But the seats are limited on this planet. You know, it's kind of like a rotation, but this is the one right here that was chosen by the Council of Planets to be the center of everything. Because whatever occurred to get them to a level of completeness to where they felt they needed to go back and replay everything from 6 million years ago based upon how we had developed. So I don't know where we would be then. I know that there's a lot of timelines and they say that the Earth messed up and our collective didn't succeed, but I'm more inclined to go with you know, that's kind of Lemuria, because you got to go through the thing before in order to do it now. In Tampa, I am closer to, just in terms of the pirate ship and the vessels and the transformation and the 1999 country going down the tubes and the bankruptcy and the Russell T thing and the Tampa Yankees and the Babe Ruth and the, you know, it's just, go back to a 10-10-19 thing, because I failed to tell you of the other issues. So 10-10-19 was kind of predicted in a Rothschild magazine cover in '88, where they deked you out by calling it 2018 for reasons that I don't really concerned about, because it came a year later. So on 10-10-19, we had event 201, as I mentioned previously. We had, let's see, the other two things on 10-10. I just put a okay, the China deal occurred then.